Hey, um, the topic of today's little video is cell phone service alternatives. Because as of right now, I do not have traditional cell phone service. So I'm just going to talk about what I'm doing and how I'm making that work. And the important thing is it's free or free-ish and frugal. So let's get to it. Um, First off, why don't I have cell phone service? Well, I do. I do have a prepaid SIM card, but I just don't really use it. But at least it's there if I need it. If I need to make a call or receive a SMS text, something like that, I do have that. But and a little bit of data, but I really don't use it. It's not on all the time, which has actually been pretty great. Um, I had a plan at first when I started out, and it was, I mean, it was good to have in a way, where I could like be in the car streaming Netflix or scrolling through Instagram, whatever, surfing the web. Yeah, but in terms of actually usefulness, I was thinking about it. It wasn't really. It was just there for entertainment, which is great. And some people, we definitely need our entertainment, but um, uh, like for instance, needing it when I was driving from, getting directions, GPS service, it just wouldn't connect. It would go out. I wouldn't have service. Had there been an emergency, I couldn't have used it to call anyway. So that, why am I paying for this? I can't afford this, and I don't, it's not working. So, um, what do I use instead for GPS? I use road signs. I follow, directions from a map. I have maps, big maps of all the states and whatnot, in the car. And then I also, there's a lot of free maps at rest stops. You'll find them. Gas stations have them often for sale, or if you're like a AAA member, you can get maps, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of ways to get maps for, your general directions down to turn-by-turn directions in city streets. Um, the other thing is, I have the luxury of not needing to be any one place very specific, and so just kind of following road signs is good enough to get you from one big major city to another, or from one side of the state to another, one state to another state. There's, I mean, so many ways just to follow the road signs, learn how to read the road signs and follow the road signs. So that's what I've been doing without GPS. And if I am like in a city, just paying attention to where I am, going to like parking next to a store, going into a store that I know is got free Wi-Fi usually, and connecting there if there's one specific thing I want to go see, and then looking up those turn-by-turn directions from where I am to that place, and just like doing a screenshot. So I'm on the Wi-Fi, using free Wi-Fi, take a screenshot, and then following those directions. That's worked great for me. Um, so this leads to, free Wi-Fi in cities, then like scheduling check-ins with friends and family, knowing that I'm going to be in a city area, knowing that there's going to be free Wi-Fi there, calling people through WhatsApp, texting them through WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. These are great alternatives to the traditional cell phone, and I've been able to use those services on free public access Wi-Fi from, there's parks now that have free Wi-Fi. Just city parks have Wi-Fi sometimes. The lobbies of buildings, your typical Starbucks, Walmarts, things like that, has not been a problem. So that's all really helped a lot. So one thing though, so I've talked about prepaid cards, free Wi-Fi, obviously, and not needing to do GPS because I use maps. The one thing in terms of breaking habits, aside from like the Netflix binging and what have you, but one habit I have is wanting to Google things constantly, or forgetting like semi-important things that, I want to look up. So I keep a piece of paper, like a notepad, pencil. I keep that with me like all the time. And now when I think of something that I'm like, oh, I want to Google that. And normally I would just pull out my phone and Google it, but if I don't have the data, I'm not going to do it. I write it down and I look it up later. So I sort of have this list. It's literally a list that says things to Google. And it's anything, any random thought that would normally be something I would just look up, how to do something, what tourist stops are here, whatnot, information over a city, information about weather, anything, news. I write it down, and that has really, really helped kick that habit of like constantly wanting to, check the phone. So that goes also then with this channel and my YouTube updates and whatnot. So I film videos all the time. I can film videos anywhere. That's what's great about having this camera phone, but they're not going to get uploaded the same day I make them, the same week I make them, sometimes the same month I make them, depending on how long I'm going to go. But that also means I'll upload a bunch when I have them. And yeah, oftentimes, I'll go days without making anything, and then I'll just, or weeks, and then I'll sit and make a bunch, like today. And because I've got topics I want to talk about, things I want to bring up, and it's not always going to happen, but there'll often be 3 or 4 videos at once. So that's how it's. I don't know if that's working, but it's working. That's what it is working. It has to work. That's what I have right now. So would I ever have a traditional cell phone service plan again? Yes, I know I would. I know that I might need it for work, like if I was doing a nomadic type job where I was working over the computer or working on my cell phone and I had to write in real time, talk to people, emailing, constantly being connected, and I still wanted to get out to nature. I didn't want to be tethered to Starbucks. Absolutely, I would get it. I just can't afford it. I can't pay for it right now, and I don't have those jobs right now, so I don't need it. So that's why I'm going without. I'm abstaining from it. So let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know if you have any tricks or tips in terms of free, like 24-hour all access Wi-Fi. If you're going with it, if you're going without it, let me know what your favorite services are, or what the best services are for those that do work with it, that are constantly connected. Let me know. Maybe there's something I'm not thinking of. Yeah, because I definitely, it's working right now. It's definitely working. Sometimes I really, really do miss it, and other times I'm like, nah, I'm totally fine. I can totally go without this. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments, and I will read them the next time I have Wi-Fi. Thanks, y'all.